Okay, so back again. Had updated their skills and stuff a little bit, moved some equipment around. Nothing too major. Carolyn's gonna be used for this next one, because it's just a flat-out brawl. So this is a build that I've been experimenting with on my other file here. But if you have a fist and an axe, you have a situation where you know, actually makes sense to use two different weapons, get poison off one, get breached off the other. Especially if you get the upgraded versions, it's pretty darn effective. Actually, one other thing that I've been experimenting with, probably should remember to switch this one over. Yeah, ranged rogues are disgustingly effective at being harassment units. Especially with crossbows and things like that. If you give them speed star and sneak attack and all that, they're really, really good. So, go ahead and swap this one over. Do this. Out of curiosity. That is a lot of avoidance loss. Never mind. I was gonna do like bowgun and dagger, but no. And saving up for booby traps on this one anyway. Alright. Go into this. Drop a save state just because. I'll keep my two healers. Actually, no. You are getting replaced with Benalto until you get a level, dang it. Merton's getting replaced with Oberim. No. Here's what we're doing. We need Woden in for this one. Gonna have frontliners mostly like this. Vice won't be much use, so I'm actually gonna put in... Do I want to put in Sarah for this one? Nah, I think I'm gonna keep Merton in. Just to keep spreading stun around. Ivan's gonna be needed. He can survive it, that is. Because this one's just like you get completely overwhelmed right away. I think I can take out L and, Carolyn. Actually, no. Let's take out Ivan. Keep both the casters. Then hopefully be able to keep him well healed enough to just kind of keep it going. And then he shoots one of his own guys, and then decides guns are scary. Alright. So we are going to completely back up here. Jeez. That guy's a prick. Okay. Master's in the back. Healer's just kind of hanging out. Why Denim always decides to run off by himself, who even knows? Won't be able to do much about their archers when they get close, but should be able to take down Marbus here. So I'm gonna leave a few of these guys kind of mid-range here. Plan is to range some knights, have them set up in a way that allows them to drop ramparts behind him, completely isolate him, and then just take him out because he does end up charging eventually. And since I expect the first row of these guys to get completely carved through... He's a little slow to come down, though. It kind of makes me wonder if it's like a whole center of mass thing that they do, where he tries to stay in the center of his soldiers. But either way, he's a little slow coming down the first few turns. You keep charging, you... Actually, let's drop one meditate on you before it becomes a time waster. Come on, you know you want to. I'll be seriously impressed if the AI has actually decided to stick around this time. That's their biggest problem. Here, let's put Johann up here, see if this causes them to come down. He's gonna go around the side. Looks like they've got 2 healers this time around, but they're way too far away for me to get to. They take out this archer. Isolated himself. Start healing with leaves so we don't end up wasting points. In case a resurrect is needed down the road. Yeah, this archer's gonna be the first to go. Innervate. Oh. Yeah, you guys are doing a good job not charging so far. We need to electrify Johann. Now, I guess you're gonna be over here. Yeah, need him to be dropping some of his ramparts around, and actually Merton would work for that as well. But I'm gonna need him to, pick a car battery to spear next round, so he's gonna wait for a minute. By the way, I haven't forgotten about their stabs for charging. Saving that up for when it's necessary. This should be able to hit him. Out. Yep. Good. Can I save my points? No, that'll work. No. Back here. Stopping it. Probably 2 at a time. You can take on 2 at a time, and from that sideways position you can get more stabs off. Yeah, that's a nice 1 you got there, buddy. Thanks for kill moves. Fast forward their 1,000,000 turns. Really the only problem I have with the Dark Knight fights. Oh, friggin' many turns. Grab it. That's why I love my fast forward button. Attacking. Turn on focus next time. You have to be at the front just to get as many preempts off as you can. Yep. You know, you should come over here, probably go down some folks. Yeah, no. You know what? Maybe just hold on to your points, actually. Good. Man, that helped. Here, in case it take it. These are annoying. It's okay. Got this little spear scissor thing going on. Lightning. Whatever. Something. The Dark Knights can actually be used like this now. The Terror Knights, rather. Gonna give him that multi-role support kind of thing. Gonna wait. Those. Gonna drop one of those over here. Mostly because sometimes they like to stick archers up there and casters and things like that, and it's a little annoying. Yes, 3 turns. Ooh, you know what? Perfect chance for a rivet. Or at least it would be. Taking one step forward would... Shot. Hits, it hits. Or, if it doesn't, I suppose I could always go for one of these. Oh yeah, I also gave him Eagle Eye as well, to hopefully mesh together with the Barton and Vice at some later opportunity. See how that works out. I don't assume that'll work too well with Ivan, but hell, worth a shot. That's why, right there. That healing to be going on in the back, not the front. Down, slow these guys down to nothing. There we go. Amazingly, my frontliners are taking damage right now. Everybody else can hold their own pretty well. Oh, of course I say that before Sherry gets shot in the face, but whatever. We're just not gonna count that. Oh, also got her intercession, so she can just avoid magic stuff now. And just completely ignore it. So one thing that's kind of funny, with the bonus on katanas now, with the crit bonus, there's actually not even a point in having knockback in a lot of cases. Simply because they might get a crit and do it anyway. I'm just gonna re-up paralysis on him. Then I might need it later. so dang many turns. Oof. Crap. Almost died. Well, came close dying anyway. That probably would have been targeted towards Hobram instead if something had happened there. You do a... Ooh, I think it's time this. Ooh. Do I see an opportunity for something amazing? Yes, I do. This. Awesome. Friggin' good. World's nicest terror night. This time healing. Yeah, I hear Johan's got one of these urn things coming up. I hear they're pretty nice to have. There we go, that worked out perfectly. The one thing that's kind of funny, if you do a double attack, and you got Berserk or Sanguine, it only counts for the first thing. Now, I actually don't see a point in Sanguine yet. I haven't done that many two-hander Berserker builds on Berserker for convenience, which I'm assuming that's the point where it becomes useful. But I haven't seen a whole lot of use out of it yet. Like, it seems to raise damage by like 20 or 30 points, and, well, not very much at all. But again, I assume it's for two-handers. That's all I can really assume on that one. These two, yes you can. What? Thanks, Sherry. You're being very useful right now. And it would be if you got stuck here. Plunk. And you're not moving anywhere now. There's one problem negated. Hilarious with that diagonal attack. And move up, get pimped. Actually, that's not going to work from that much of a height. Is there anyone? No. I was thinking if he had spears or something. Can't with spears. Unless preempt can be learned on a lord that can learn spears? Maybe. I don't think they can learn preempt. That'd be too good. Elora. Ariel. I need these guys healed. And you're probably not getting targeted anyway. Which, by the way, if you're wondering why Elle hasn't been targeted yet, it's something to do with the fact that her avoidance is 100 now. So she's all evasive and crap. Okay, nuke. Area nuke. What about one of these things? Yep, that'll do it. Here then. Yeah, this party's pretty reasonably effective at this point, I think. In some ways, it's a lot more cohesive than my new game, like, +++ now, I think, save file. But, no, can't have it all. That one just wound up being a little bit chaotic, because I think I have, like 32 characters in it, and training all of them is a little bit of a thing. Also, at this point, I'm pretty certain that that when they're leveling up and things like that, the game recalculates what numbers they're supposed to have. Because yeah, a lot of the units that were crazy overpowered, like Canopus and Ozma and stuff like that, they actually started falling in line to something way more reasonable at this point. So I'm gonna say that really feels certain at this point. I'm gonna say at this point a lot as well. At this point. I think this should provide a tempting target to some degree. And confirm that. So yeah, heal does bounce off of intercession. Unfortunately. Oh well. There we are. Be a nice little meat grinder. And now you guys know how it feels. Low spam, easily one of the most annoying things in this game. Although I will say, it's now that kind of whole rebalance thing is out there, it feels nice to look at the different books, see the different stuff that's available, and actually not immediately look at the Earth book and think, wow, this is by far the most useful, because like, if you were using offense, you may as well stick with Earth in the original. If you're using some kind of healing or support build, you might as well use Light, and then there was no point in using anything else. Good to see that change. Now, truth be told, it don't boggles the mind, as far as what it possibly could have been thinking when it came to the original remake, that is. Because there were so many decisions that they've gotten right in other cases, and just completely fumbled when it came to this. I mean, one of the most obvious ones there being that whole balance thing. Or just magic balance and stuff. Like, they had a whole bunch of stuff that would potentially, theoretically be useful under very specific circumstances, and then they had whole other ones that were just, this is useful at the time, why are you not using this right now? I don't know. Seems strange. Like, hell, especially with the damage formula. Like, FFTA, FFT2, FFT... and hell, even KOL, they got the damage right. Everything was all well and satisfying. So what happened with the Luck remake? What went janky there? I don't know. Personally, my theory on it was always that they got maybe 90% of the way through development, they started adding a whole bunch of new features towards the end of it, and they thought, you know what? Whatever, we'll just toss in all this new stuff, we're gonna make it work, and then they ended up getting their schedule cut short with some some guy on the publishing team or whatever just walked in, like, hey, this looks totally done, guys, we're gonna ship it next week, but wait, we had like 8 months left. No, we're gonna ship it next week, listen enough. It'll do. I don't know. That's probably not even close to what happened, but where it certainly feels that way. They even talk about features that never really seem to ever take place. Like, it's funny because they left in the line about training. Yeah. There's no training feature. You can fight randos all the time, but not a training feature. I thought I had Instill Light on you. Whatever. On Guardian Forcing here. Doing an awesome job. Knights are best. Also, this guy is freakishly taking all of this going on. Get dead, Paige. Or Lady. And so there was the whole discussion on the GameFAQs thing the other day. Like on different kinds of sprites that are available for Templars that were never used. It'd be kind of cool to see some of these as Lady Knights. Which seems stupid on paper, but... you know, I don't know, just a weird pet peeve of mine with the game. Is why, for whatever reason, female knights never bother to wear helmets. What happened there? Why do they do that? Dude, you're on a freaking battlefield. Wear a helmet. Casters, I understand, you know, they probably got their whole mystical thing going on. The special characters, I understand, they've got to be identifiable. Lady Knights and the Amazons, okay, your male counterparts, figured out how helmets work. What's your use here? I think. Yep, that's enough. Short, apparently. Yep. There. And it's left here, so don't want to leave it in a two-parter. Starting to rush a little bit. You know what? Actually, no. Scratch that. Back you up. That's all. Also, that name is way freaking cooler than the original. I want to say the original was like Blazing Reach or something like that. I apologize. Tried to stifle that cough for ages there. Wasn't gonna happen. No, Alton. Is that Alton Brown? I'm gonna show us how to cook grilled cheese under the helmet. That guy's funny, by the way. If you've never checked out Alton Brown, I think that was his name. Like this, the chef guy, weirdly riled up about random stuff. There's one on one-time use kitchen utensils. Hilarious thing on the eggy, or no, the roly. That's what it was called. There's this whole several-minute segment while this little bit of egg slowly comes out of this machine. Oh, it's too much pressure. You couldn't perform with all this pressure either. Just this sad, like, little noodle of egg just coming out and drooping over. Go watch that. Hilarious. Alright, healers, we get the message. You can heal. Thingy where you do your move. There we go. Downs for everyone's healthiness. Amazing how this is actually useful now. I tried this one party in the original this one time. There was this idea to have 3 swordmasters just repeatedly doing different dances to keep the party going, and oh god. It's not like it was terribly ineffective or anything, it's just that it was so slow. So ridiculously slow. You know what? Have you revive this one, I think? a minute. That Mother's Blessing was supposed to get rid of status ailments. Great. What happened? You said it gets rid of status ailments. He's stunned. And I tried using it on other people. Because, like, right there, it didn't get rid of stun while doing it. Am I overlooking something? I'm gonna assume that I misread something. Because apparently that is supposed to get rid of all status ailments at once. Did I die yet? No? Okay. Back you up. Not actually. You are gonna... do a vigorous for these guys. Oh, actually far better. Need them to hopefully not heal this guy. By program. Get back up. Oh, jeez. Harsh. Alright. Actually, time's up at this point, so guess I gotta make it a multi-parter. So that'll be that for now, and yeah, see you next bit. Well, as soon as that's down for a turn here. Calm down, game. Calm down on all your healing. I suppose Alton is at least eating some of their healing, so there's that.